I am Sensational Stephanie Wright Grant. I have been an educator at St. Jago High School for 29 years. The journey has been an exceptional one. When I just came here, I was very shy and a bit insecure, but over the years, with added responsibilities that I've gained, I've become a mature professional. I am passionate about everything that I do. But I'll talk about two things, two of my passions. Firstly, my students. Because of my student-centered learning approach, I make learning meaningful. My students are always engaged. I want them, because I teach social studies, I want them to be the best version of themselves. I want them to be responsible citizens. For example, when I'm teaching the topic government, at the end of that topic, they simulate a mock general election. The last one I did was in 2019 when I invited the Electoral Office of Jamaica to partner with me to simulate that mock election. All the school moved. We had electorates all over. Some staff members were also a part of the electorate, and trust me, because of the effective, impactful moment, we were featured on primetime news. I am passionate about social studies, and my students can feel my passion in the classroom. It's always interesting, meaningful, lively, always on a buzz. When I speak about my colleagues, I am big on representation, so I enjoy my work. I am the contact teacher here at St. Jago High School, representing my colleagues at the Jamaica Teachers Association level, so I am big on that. Where it comes on to membership education, I am big on that. And I do believe that I am doing the best that I can based on the feedback I get from my colleagues. My passion has motivated me here to stay, and I've learned so much here at St. Jago High School. I do believe that if and when I should move on, I'm ready to take on the world.
Working with Mrs. Grant as my subject teacher, it has been very good so far. Having her teaching me different subjects and going through each topic together.
Mrs. Wright Grant was my library skills teacher in first form, and she was my staff advisor when I used to work in the library after being so adamant about offering myself to work here for some community service hours, but I'll let Damari answer that. Damari.
Mrs. Wright Grant is a very buoyant teacher, and she's always on and on with her students. When she teaches, it captivates your attention and it helps you to absorb the lesson. She is always willing, always ready, and always pushing for greatness.
I've gained a lot of knowledge and understanding in different areas where it relates to family relationship and gender roles, and because of her giving me certain information, I've learned things that I wasn't really clear about at first, or things that I only knew from my perspective.
Mrs. Wright Grant has taught us to embrace our characters and be bold in the way how we present ourselves, the way how we speak, and our creative outlook.
And to sum up what Damari is saying in just a few words, Mrs. Wright Grant taught us to be you in everything that you will do and everything that you do, and surely you will succeed.
I wish Mrs. Grant all the best on her journey, and I hope that she continues to do well and continue to pursue her career in being a social studies teacher, because it is very evident in my sessions with her that she has a passion for her subject, and she has said it before.
For Mrs. Wright Grant, I wish continued success. I wish that she continues to receive the same energy, the same passion that she shares with her students, and may she continue to inspire them to embrace their uniqueness, be the best you that you can be, and strive for greatness, just as she has taught Damari and I.
Thank you, Mrs. Wright Grant.
I started at St. Jago in 1990. Yes, it has been forever and a day. It has been years of many ups and downs. When I came here, I was fairly young, almost straight out of college, so it was a learning process. So you learn along the way that students are different and they have different personalities, and you have to make adjustments to meet their needs. I have grown, I have matured, and it has been fulfilling because I've had students that have been successful. So it has been rewarding in that sense, because teaching involves a world of people, and you can't take people out of the equation of teaching. So you have to learn to care, you have to nurture them, and it's really encouraging to know that you have a wide sphere of influence, and you can actually help others to reach somewhere in their life. And they're always thankful for it. So that for me is a reward.
Mrs. Foresight is a great example of a teacher, as she has taught me entrepreneurship for the past year. She gives me the knowledge, mindset, and skill necessary to navigate my way through the world of business.
I have learned to be a patient person from Mrs. Foresight, because she's just easygoing and she doesn't take herself too seriously. So I've learned to be a more patient person from her.
Mrs. Foresight has taught me a valuable lesson in turning my ideas into opportunities, and how to face these challenges by identifying my target audience and developing a business plan for an organization I would like to work with in the future.
Working with Mrs. Foresight has been a great opportunity. She is a very patient person. She is responsible. She is student-centered, and she makes sure that her students are always learning and that, they are socialized in the proper way.
I wish her well and hope that she continues to teach in the future, as based on past results, such as K, for example, you can see that she is very impactful on the subject.
As Mrs. Foresight goes forward, I wish her all the best in whatever she is doing now and what she will be doing in the future. I know that she will be successful in whatever area. She's steeped in business, so I know she will be successful. I have no doubt about that.
Mrs. Staple Clark is a wonderful teacher. She's a passionate person about her work, and she's hardworking.
Senora, she's very passionate and she's loving, which really shows throughout her work.
Well, it has been rather interesting. For one, when I was a student, she was one of those teachers in which is a disciplinarian, not very forceful. However, she was very impactful with how she enforced discipline. She encouraged us to focus on the small things, because being a foreign language, which is Spanish, you had to enunciate, pronunciation, things like those. So she ensured that you focus both on the macro scale as well as the micro scale and things. Now, being as a teacher, she's more of a guiding hand and a stern mentor in her progress of us, even as a student, and our development as an adult. She's someone in which you can relate to. She's someone who's full of experience, and the more you interact with her, is the more you see she's a wealth of knowledge.
Senora's teaching methods should be taught worldwide. She is fun, but she's also stern and serious about her work. For example, we'll be going through orals, and there are words that should be pronounced a certain way when they have an accent, but we pronounce them incorrectly, which she then teaches us how to pronounce it over and over and over again until we cannot get it wrong.
Miss teaching methods are awesome. And not only is she a great teacher, but she's also a great communicator. Miss would take the time out to listen to us, hear our problems out, and also help us personally and even in classrooms.
I wish she would just continue to be the person that she has always been. She is a wonderful person both inside and out, and the more you get to appreciate what she gives, both to education, but your well-being as a person. She is an exceptional person, and I just want her to continue being who she is and continue to give back so much that she has given, but she has so much still left to give.
Miss is a wonderful teacher, and we wish her the best in everything that she does. Big up, Senora Clark.
Big up you, Miss.
It has been a wonderful experience. She's an excellent teacher. She's confident in what she does. She is gentle, and she will make sure that you understand what is being taught. I have learned not only what she teaches in home economics, but I have also learned to be confident and understanding in what I say and do. I only wish the best for Mrs. Walters Cameron. She should continue being the amazing person that she is.
I have been teaching at this noble institution for the past 29 years. It has been an experience. It has been exciting. I've learned a lot, and I have changed over the years because the students have changed. So therefore, every year going forward, I am a new person. I come with a different scope on things. I just come prepared to teach the students who I have in a particular year. Okay, as a teacher, it is my role to make sure that my students learn. So I am very passionate about preparing them as best as I can for the world outside of San Diego. And I always try my best when I'm teaching to bring in the world, the outside world, so that they can connect and learn how to manage themselves in the world.
It's a privilege to be speaking about Miss Denise Brown today. She's an exceptional leader. She's a professional, she's very compassionate, and she's a wonderful person to talk to, especially when you're having down days.
Working with Miss Brown has been an incredible experience. She's not just a teacher, she's a mentor who genuinely cares for her students. Her enthusiasm in the classroom makes learning really fun. You know, it makes students want to learn. So all in all, working with Miss Brown has been a great experience.
So Miss Denise Brown always encourages you to do your best, no matter how hard it seems. Even if it's a very hard task or it's a task that you have a deadline to meet, she's always there pushing you, telling you that you can do it. She's just always encouraging you, and you know, that's something that she teaches us and something that we have learned to pass on to our students, you know, during the teaching and learning process.
I've learned a lot from Miss Brown, both in and out of the classroom. I've learned problem-solving skills, time management skills, which I struggled with at one point, leadership skills, and so much more. I could go on and on talking about all I've learned from Miss Brown.
As we're here celebrating Miss Denise Brown, I wish for you all the best, happiness, and all the best in your future endeavors.
I wish for Miss Brown success, happiness, and fulfillment in everything she does. She's a great person, and I hope that she feels the impact that she's had on us. You know what I mean? I just wish her success in whatever she do, whether it be teaching or in any other realm of human endeavor.
Being taught by Mr. Topi has been nothing short of a resounding experience. His joviality in the classroom made it feel like an innate experience where I felt as if I belonged there. And realistically, it's been a life-changing experience for me for the 2 years that he taught me for POB.
Okay, firstly, I want to say class of 2020, thank you for all that you have done. We appreciate you, and if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't achieve those grade 1 with distinction. Working with Mr. Topi, well, firstly, as a student, I remember classes being fun and exciting. Mr. Topi always have a story to tell the class relating to the topic. Sometimes it's not related to the topic, but he always have a story, and we're always engaged and exciting for his classes.
I've learned a lot from him, mostly his wit and his jovial personality. I've took a lot of inspiration from it, as it's an eye-catcher for persons around him, where it feels as if it's a natural experience.
Mr. Topi taught me to be positive in everything that I do, no matter what I'm going through or the obstacles that I'm facing, to always push forward, always work hard, and always to strive for excellence.
I wish Mr. Topi a lifelong of prosperity, a lot of peanuts and a lot of ginger beer. I hope he continues to be the man he has built himself to be and continue to build others around him. And I hope his wit lives on. Thank you, Mr. Topi.
I wish for Mr. Topi continued success. I pray that he continues to be this vibrant person that he is today, and I hope that 20 years from now he's still at St. Jago teaching and impacting lives.
I'm not sure about my math. So I tell you, I started here in 1985, September 1985. That sounds to me like 39 years, going into 40 years. And it was my second teaching job. And it hooked me, as you can see, for good. It has been awesome, as in every journey, ups and downs, but more positive than negative. Otherwise, I would not be here. No. And I think that I'm here because of my love for people, my students in particular. They feel like my own children, and a love for service. And I found this field to be the field where I can give service. To me, it's a calling. It's more than a job, it's a calling. So I feel fulfilled here. I'm energized by serving. Serving is my motto, it's my core, and teaching gives me that opportunity. I've served under several administrations here at St. Jago, and it has never impacted the quality of my work. It doesn't matter who is in administration, it doesn't matter which students I'm teaching, I love to serve. And St. Jago gives me the opportunity over the years to do more than my core duties. So I've been stretched into areas in which I never thought I had expertise, and I've been able to serve, and that's what I love.
Ms. Stone taught me from September 2023 to June 2024, and I can say that was a very great experience. She was a very patient teacher and helped us one-on-one if we had any issues. She taught me stuff like civilization, Mesopotamia, China, and India.
I've worked with Ms. Stone for the past 20 years, and she has influenced me or molded me into the teacher that I am today.
Working with Miss Stone, the embodiment of class, it's an interesting experience, given she was my teacher while I was here at St. Jago. And so it has given me an opportunity to learn two sides of her, because as a student, you see the teacher in the classroom and say, hey, that's my teacher. My teacher teaches me, educates me. But being able to make a connection between the teacher side of Miss Stone and the colleague side of Miss Stone has been a breath of fresh air, because I recognize that my teacher did not actually put on a show for me. The Miss Stone that I knew in the classroom as a student is the same Miss Stone that I know as a colleague, a woman of class, a woman of high intellect. a woman with serious passion for the development of individuals, especially young people, and a woman who, the moment she opens her mouth, you know that it's going to be something worthwhile and valuable. And so working with Miss Stone is essentially what I experienced as her history student in 4th and 5th form, learning how to be the best version of myself and impact society thereafter.
Something that I've learned from Miss Stone, or a life lesson, is her patience. As she's a very patient person, as we were a kind of rowdy, or you could say disruptive class, she was very patient with us, waiting us to finish talking so that she could continue her lesson and teach us and guide us on to the next lesson.
And what I wish for Miss Stone, I wish that, she has done 39 years. She's on the brink of retirement. And I wish that for her, she will continue to be the person that she is. I know her to be a dedicated Christian. I know that she has much more to give to the world, even though she may leave the classroom. And I just hope for her that one day she'll find herself going over 70 on the road instead of staying at 50 or below 60 miles per hour. But I know that Miss Stone will have a great experience outside of St. Jago, because she's one of those persons who always give of herself. She's always involved in our church activities, and I can tell the church work never done. So I know that Miss Stone will be okay after leaving St. Jago High School.
I wish for Miss Stone that no matter how much days, months, or years she has left here, people will continue to appreciate her and treat her like family.
It's going to sound weird saying this because I remember making the same wish for my grandmother. But I wish for you, Miss Stone, enough more long life on earth and at St. Jago. 40 years is a massive accomplishment, a massive achievement. But I want to see you still in the system, still connecting with young people. One of the biggest words I've learned, I never forget that word, recalcitrance. I learned it because of you, Miss Stone. And I want many more generations to be able to learn how to interact with people, to learn how to pull from Jamaica's history, from the Caribbean's history, important life lessons so that we can advance our society in a very progressive and worthwhile way. I want you to do 40 more years, Miss Stone, and to do it happily, be well compensated. I hope the government listening to this, and to be able to retire knowing that you've run the race and you've done it well, and you have created a cadre of nation builders coming from St. Jago.